Yes, folks, it's Tales from the Jails with John G. Sutton. Just a quick one today because at 7 p.m. this evening here on Tales from the Jails, we're going to do a live broadcast where you can ask me all the questions you want, and I will definitely do my best to answer, participate, and maybe we'll have a poem. I usually do read poetry or sing you a song, but I'm going to talk today about HMP Parc. His Majesty's Prison Park, located at Bridgend in Wales. If you look on the BBC site, you'll see details of the problems at Park. 10 inmates dead by their own hands in the last 3 months. The prison is run by G4S, which is a private company, and they are running HMP Parc, which holds, it's a Category B prison, and it holds over 1,700 inmates, males and all males, but there are young offenders. And at that prison they're running quite about 40% of the hostess system. Yeah, that's whereby they have the girls with the tray coming round offering you whatever you need to get, because there is a massive drug epidemic at HMP Parc. Recently there was a riot, 20 inmates battling away, 2 inmates seriously injured. They sent for an air ambulance. They didn't need it in the end because they weren't that badly injured. But what on earth is happening at His Majesty's Prison Park? It's completely beyond redemption with G4S, so it would seem to me. Now, if my son, or say my father, or my uncle, or had actually been in HM Prison Park and lost his life there, or taken his own life there, I believe that there would be an action that can be taken against G4S, potentially for negligence. Don't say that they are negligent, I don't know, but it needs an independent investigation, and it needs from all the people who have lost family members at HMP Parc, I believe should get themselves a solicitor and take a class action against G4S, because that way, G4S are not protected by Crown immunity. That's the problem that you've got if you're in, say, Strangeways, which is run by HM Prison Service. But if you're in HMP Parc and it's run by G4S, they're a private company operating for profit and exploiting, in my opinion, exploiting prisoners. That's you and me, by the way. You got to say to yourself, it's no good people saying, oh, well, that's all they deserve. Who do you think these prisoners are, people? Who do we think they are? They're you and me. Your brother, your sister, your mother, your aunt, your uncle, your cousin, your best friend. That's who it is. That's who's going into HMP Parc. And people are going in there for non-payment of fines. You could get fined for, say, speeding and not pay your fine, issue a warrant for your arrest, and send you off to HMP Parc. It's in Wales, by the way. It's the only private prison that's being run in Wales, but it is a massive prison, 1,700. It used to be a former psychiatric hospital. Of course, nowadays they don't bother with psychiatric hospitals too much. They have ones for the criminally insane, such as Broadmoor, but generally speaking, they don't have the old psychiatric hospitals that they used to have. They have what's now called care in the community. And one or two of you who've been watching the news will have seen what happens with care in the community. Yeah, that's when they send out paranoid schizophrenics who don't take their medication, get themselves tooled up and decide to butcher the public. I don't think that's a great idea myself. If they are going to be caring in the community, then they should be cared for in the community, not just flung out and allowed to medicate themselves because being mentally disturbed, which they obviously are, otherwise they wouldn't be convinced of being criminally insane, and they don't medicate. And when they don't medicate, one thing leads to another. The next thing you know, you're facing Napoleon. Right, so anyway, this evening at 7 p.m. here on Tales from the Jails, live, you got a nice question and answer session. We'll talk about all these problems, and you can ask me your questions direct on the direct chat line. Can't link it up with everybody at the moment, but who knows? I mean, the future's coming. It's just around the corner, isn't it? So I won't do a poem today, but I'll just sing you a little song. How about that? That's a song dinger to warn everybody. But don't forget, 7 p.m. this evening, 4th of June. Okay? This is a song that I really liked with Elvis Presley. That was sung by Elvis Presley. As I said, I've got quite a collection of 78s, all 78s, original ones from the 1950s. Pardon me if I'm sentimental when you say goodbye. Don't be angry with me if I cry. When you're gone, though I'll dream a little dream as years go by. Now and then there's a fool such as I. Now and then there's a fool such as I am over you. You taught me how to love you now. Teach me how to forget. Anyway, I murdered that one. Larry didn't hear it though. He just run up the hills with his goat. Alright, see you all at 7, I hope. Tales from the Jails, John G. Sutton.